Guys, I wanted to talk about this Stowa Flieger Bronze because it is a watch that has been out for about a year or so. I'm recording this in late summer 2021, and I didn't see any reviews online, and I think Stowa, being a popular brand, deserves for it to be reviewed. So without further ado, let's get the watch out and let's talk about the watch. I will spare you the story of Stowa because I find it boring when in every review this story is repeated. So do your homework and just check it yourself. But let's talk about this watch. So it is obviously a Flieger. The case of this Flieger is 40 millimeters, which is basically the same size and shape, including the shape of the crown, as other Fliegers from Stowa. And it is important because I personally think that this case from Stowa is one of the most comfortable cases you can get. In terms of comfort, it's really nice. So I have a wrist of about 17-18 centimeters. And this sits extremely well. It is 40 millimeters here. Sorry about the sound. It was a cat taking my headphones and crashing them to the floor. Hopefully the headphones are fine. Nevertheless, 40 millimeters across the dial or across the case, 20 millimeters here, and the very interesting thing, it is super thin. By this I mean less than 1 centimeter. Or 10 millimeters. It is actually 9 millimeters, and this is possible because it has a manual hand-wound movement. In this case, this is ETA movement, but I was told that Stowa now uses Selita movements for the newer watches for obvious reasons. Again, I'm not going to go into the movement discussions, but it matters because it is extremely thin, less than 1 centimeter, and very comfortable. Now, the second most important aspect of this watch is, of course, the case and the case material. So I'm not an expert on the materials. Again, sorry for the sound in the background, but this is a cat trying to persuade cat things. But the material of this case is interesting. Obviously it is bronze, but it is a special type of bronze case. And how it is special is that the way Stowa treats it, it is from the moment you get the watch onwards, it is just like this. So it's not going to become more patinated, become more greenish or darker. It is just like this. So a very, I would say, tasteful type of shine. So it's slightly shiny, but it's certainly not pretending to be gold, and it is also not getting into any interaction with your skin. At least this has been my experience. Obviously this is helped by this stainless steel case back, so you only touch really this part with your skin. Now, another interesting aspect of this watch is the color of the numerals of the indices on the dial. Basically, it is, as you can see, a very interesting, something between yellow and orange, I would say. And I find it very positive because it's not a typical Fortina when you think they pretend the watch to make the watch look like vintage watch. This is not the case here. It is really very clear, very elegant. And talking about the details, obviously, apart from my light, so I'm not a professional YouTuber, so excuse my light, or lighting setup with a lamp over the table, but you can see that the hands of the watch get this very strong blue shine in some when they catch the light. So this is the sign of thermally blued hands, which is something that Stowa does to a lot of, or most of their fliegers, and people find it very, very good and very, let's say, a positive, interesting feature. I myself think that this particular version of Flieger from Stowa could do without those blued hands. So I wouldn't mind if it was like all just monochrome, muted look. I think those blue hands are not really that necessary. The second thing I don't like about this watch is this strap. Obviously, it is, in this case, slightly used. I got this watch secondhand. But I think that this watch looks better, and I tried it with for instance, dark black cloth or sailcloth strap. But it's something that you can easily replace. So let me put it quickly for you on the wrist. Again, my wrist is about 17 or 18 centimeters. So it's pretty average, maybe slightly bigger than average. Okay, there it goes. Sorry for the delay. So you can see it on the wrist. There is no overhang or any other indicator that it is too big. I think it is just fine. And also, I think up to when you have a small wrist, I think even with 16 centimeters, you will be fine with this type of case. Stowa, they do also a 36 millimeters dial, so 4 millimeters smaller than this, a version of this watch. So for people who prefer this, there is an option. All in all, I would say that this is one of the more interesting Fliegers from Stowa currently, because it has this very well-proportioned case. It has you have the option of manual. The basic option is of the automatic movement, but you can get it with the manual movement. So there is extra thinness of the case, and it's for a bronze watch. It's really not shiny, not blingy. It is not something that you will get tired of, in my opinion, or at least if you have let's say, if you have a need for a quite universal watch, it will suit a lot of occasions. So this was it. I think we covered everything important about this watch. Maybe the price. The price is, I believe, about 1,300 euro now, so 1,300 euro, something in this range. So I had quite a lot of Stowas, also Damascus, even IWC Pilot, and I think this model of Flieger totally holds its own against them. It's if someone asks me for a recommendation for a Flieger in the range of 1,000 euro, that would be definitely my recommendation. Maybe not always this bronze model, because not everyone likes bronze, but certainly Stowa has you covered, and I would advise to get a look at what they offer. Obviously, I'm not related, so this is an objective opinion of a person who owned a couple of Stowas and other Fliegers. One last thing, I personally think this crown is great because it doesn't dig into your wrist. And some of those Fliegers, they have this diamond-shaped crown when it looks good. But in fact, when you have it on your wrist, it can really dig into your wrist. And then this kills all the pleasure from the new watch. With this type of crown, I think they call it onion crown, it's just perfect because you are never bothered with this crown. So thanks for watching, guys. I see we are past 10 minutes. That's probably enough. And take care. Thank you very much. See you next time.